And this is 36, the podcast. Podcast. 36, the podcast. And this is 36, the podcast.
Alrighty, hey, what's up, Fairbanks? What's up, Fairbanks, North Star Borough? My name is Tilden,
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Brandon.
and this is 36 the podcast. This week on 36 the podcast, we're talking to the man behind Alaska's most successful junior hockey team. Rob Proffitt, general manager of the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, has built championships, developed future stars, and kept the Big Dipper rocking year after year. From the grind of road trips to the magic of game night, we're breaking down what it takes to run a winning team in the last frontier. Mr. Rob Proffitt, how are you, sir?
Great. Thanks for having me. Thanks to you guys. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
thank
exciting.
you. Thank you for adjusting and making this work for us.
Hey, you a man after my heart when you have it where you can have a cold brew too, right? At
Exactly.
the Hoodoo. So,
Exactly.
perfect.
Exactly. Okay, so as we do before every episode, so we're going to change something up today because we are actually filming on a Friday. And so there isn't a cask release on a Friday like there is on Saturday. But don't worry about that. Rob, do you drink beer?
I do. I'm being disciplined right now.
Okay.
As I mentioned, so I'm actually having an NA, which Hoodoo's offering here. So
Oh,
that's,
okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
So, trying to get in shape for hunting season, you know?
Got you. Okay, so if you guys did not catch that, he is actually drinking a non-alcoholic IPA right here. Now, so they're not. So Hoodoo doesn't make the IPA, do they?
I don't know that answer, but it's in a Hoodoo class, so I'm just going to go with it.
Okay, so like we said before, what we do is this podcast started off based off of us sitting around this table right here, drinking 36 ounces of beer, and one of these two guys they said, hey, we should do a podcast. So here we are doing a podcast at our favorite brewery, Hoodoo Brewery. This, as a matter of fact, is known as Hoodoo Brewery Studios whenever we are taping the podcast. So once again, Rob Proffitt, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. What a wonderful studio.
All right. So before we get into any of the meat and potatoes, once again, you can find us on any of the pod streaming, the usual suspects, Spotify, Apple. There's a few more that we're on. But if you go to our 36 Podcast Facebook page, which is managed by Brandon over here, he will keep you up to date on all of our latest posts and our future guests. And so that way you can hang out with us. And if you want to come down and hang out too, you can. And you don't necessarily have to drink beer. There's hot water here. There's root beer. There's non-alcoholic IPA. So you don't necessarily have to drink 36 ounces of beer. We do, though, but you don't have to. So don't feel pressure. No pressure. So where can people find you on social, sir?
Boy, I might be the wrong guy to ask for that. I don't have one piece of social media, but our team does. So
Okay, right.
You know, Fairbanks Ice Dogs, we got the Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards. I
Okay.
got a very lovely young lady, Sarah, that does all our work for us and does a fabulous job keeping
Yes.
up the stuff. We actually got a little niche going on. I guess it's a little countrywide with Instagram right now that
All right.
there's some shutdowns. So we're working through it. But and our website, fairbanksicedogs.com for all the information as well.
Yeah, okay. All right then. And so in the bottom of the Facebook or the YouTube, I'm gonna list all the socials and stuff. So that way, if you guys want to go out and find any Ice Dogs information, you can. All right. So let's get into what we came here for. Sir, are you ready for the first question?
Let's go.
Okay. All right. So the first question, Rob, you've been at the helm of in various roles since the team's early days. First as coach, now as longtime general manager. How has your leadership philosophy evolved over those decades?
Well, interesting. Great question. I don't know that I had any, so to speak, leadership qualities when I started. I was a hockey guy that played. I played for the Gold Kings, so we'll hit the rewind button a little bit, all right?
Okay.
Played for the Gold Kings, right I moved up here in 91. Played through 95. We won the last amateur national championship in Fresno. The next year it switched to pro hockey, the West Coast Hockey League, which is now merged with the East Coast League.
Okay.
So I decided to play one more year of that because everybody dreams of getting a paycheck. And if you want to know, I'll give it to you. I made $211.37 a week. That was big bucks back then.
Oh, wow.
And that
Wow.
was great, getting punched in the nose. I'd do it all over again all day long.
Wow.
Long story short, the following year, I retired, went to work for some good friends of Chuck Cartier, Chris Chambers at Alaska Rubber, started a rigging shop, and Christmas time, the wonderful owner, John Rosie, asked me if I'd come back out. Came back out of retirement, played the last half. Then the team moved to Colorado Springs and got in the back room of Sport King, the legendary Roger McKinnon, a bunch of us talking. We got to fill a void. There's been hockey here since 1978. What are we going to do? That's how the Ice Dogs were formed.
Oh.
And so really I was a hockey guy. There was a hockey, then turned in, okay, I'll coach.
Yeah.
And a couple days into that, I figured out, we're going to have to get a business plan, et cetera, together. A bunch of wonderful people helped back then. And the Christmas of that year, I was working a full-time job, coaching a Pee Wee team and coaching a junior team. And they came to me, the board of directors, my good friend Sam Halbert. Jack Kragus was the president. Sam Halbert was the vice president. And some blast from the past there. And they said, hey, you want to do this full time? And I took a gamble. And from that point forward, I was the coach and the GM and trying to figure out business at the same time of running hockey. And so it's really learned. So how has my philosophy changed? I don't think it's never really changed from the standpoint of this. I'm a handshake guy. When I look you in the eye and shake your hand, what I say is what I'm going to do, and I expect the same back. And it's pretty darn easy in this community to do that and build a relationship. So looking back, starting our 29th season here next week.
Oh, good Lord.
Looking back, I'm very thankful for all the people that helped us along the way, because there was a lot of them.
Oh, wow. 29 years.
Yep.
Holy smokes. I didn't realize it had been that long.
Yep. Our first season was 97 season. So that 1997, I got married on the 2nd of August. We started the Dogs on the 18th, had training camp on the 25th, and we played September 27th.
Oh, wow.
I'll never forget those days. Yep.
Yeah.
We were junior B for a couple of years. Sinbad Sailors, Peninsula Hellfighters in Kenai. What was Anchorage called? I already forgot what they were called. Anyway, we won the league the first year right out of the gate. So
wow.
Yeah,
Good deal.
You're refreshing my memory too, which isn't very good sometimes. So it's fun to talk about.
Very nice.
Okay, so you were inducted into the Alaska State Hockey Association Hall of Fame. What does that mean to you for the recognition, and has it influenced how you do things with the Ice Dogs?
What that really means is you surround yourself with a lot of great people. Is what that, so that induction, obviously very humbling when you get those awards, whether it be that or the Fairbanks Hockey Hall of Fame. But really, those are just recognizing somebody that got supported by a lot of people. And we'd be here until they closed this bar in 3 days if I could name them all. But so many youth hockey, but turns back to Roger McKinnon. He was the legendary grandfather of hockey in Fairbanks as far as the Gold Kings, and he's the one that brought me up here to play, and then in turn was a big part of starting the Ice Dogs. And it's awesome, it's humbling, but the real kudos go to the people I was fortunate enough to surround myself, my wife and kids and family and all those things. And I get up every day living to try to put a thumbprint on a kid, whether that be getting a college opportunity. Back then was being better at the game, and most importantly, trying to mentor them to be better people in our society. And so that's a team recognition, if you will, and the team's mighty big in this hockey community.
Right. Good deal.
Nice. So as a GM, what strategic changes have you implemented to keep the Fairbanks Ice Dogs competitive in AHL Midwest Division?
Yeah, it's interesting. So like in anything in life, right? When you get comfortable and you get strolling, whether you're driving down the highway and you got the cruise control set, then someone cuts you off and you got to react. Excuse me, that's a lot like the game. So we went 25 straight years with making the playoffs, right? And then we hit a bump in the road, right? And we got the the train back on the tracks last year with a young team and made the playoffs, but we went 2 years without making the playoffs. The first year that we, I apologize, that we missed the playoffs, it was, I wouldn't say it got comfortable at Centra. It just, I think our template, if I may, it sounds maybe a little egotistical, but the template that we had, and we're kind of in front of a lot of people as trend centers. I mean, there was a portion in 10-year span when Trevor Stewart was with us that we went to the Robertson Cup 7 times and won twice and lost twice in the finals, right? We had a good run. Well, like any other people, right, just like I did, you steal things from somebody else. So people started stealing our template, so the level just kept going up, and we got a little punch in the nose. So, that there's a lot of history there, but at the end of the day, when you go through and you have a lot of success for a long time and then you don't, you start adjusting accordingly. And I think the game has changed immensely. And I don't know if you want to segue into that now, but maybe it's a good time. November 7th, the game changed forever when they started allowing major junior players to play college hockey, right? For those not familiar, in the U.S. and the North American Hockey League and the USHL, you don't get paid when you're playing hockey, junior hockey, right? And so you go to our mantra of our hockey team since we started from the Fairbanks Ice Dogs is to give a kid an opportunity to get an education playing the game he loves. That's why we get up every morning.
Right.
Then some players would then choose to go to Canada, which is the Western Hockey League, the Ontario Hockey League, and the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. And those were called Major Junior. And when you went there, you lost your college eligibility. So you were going there to make it to the NHL, or if you didn't make it, they would give you some money to go to Canadian colleges. On November 7th, the NCAA changed the rules. It's all following this NIL money stuff, right? And they changed the rules so those major junior players can now play college hockey. So 40% of the scholarships that our league and the USHL got have now been taken by the CHL. So
wow.
The landscape's changed.
Yeah.
Being an Ice Dog fan, you would see historically we've had a lot of older teams, a lot of 19 and 20-year-olds. You've seen 2 years ago at the trade deadline when we traded all our 20-year-olds for young kids. We're going to be a young team moving forward because you got to adapt, right? And so we want kids to still get scholarships. You're not going to get them at 19 and 20 anymore. You're going to get them at 16, 17, and 18. And for like this year's team, we have 5 2008 birth dates. 3 of them are juniors in high school coming to Fairbanks. I mean, so it's going to be young and mega talented, but they might only be here a year. They might be 2 years. If you would ask me this 5 years ago, you'd have seen a fit of anger from me. But at some point, you gotta adjust and embrace, and that's the culture now. So you can only fight it so long, and you're not going to win that fight. So you better figure a new. So I feel we got a new template for success. Obviously.
So I want to segue real quick.
Yep.
Because we do a lot of segues here. Okay, so your template, and you said that a lot of people emulated it. Was that because you had former coaches or staff that went elsewhere and they said, oh, let me share this with you? How does that happen?
Yeah, all of my coaches at this point, except Scotty Dewar that's in Odessa in our league, have moved on to college hockey. Every coach that's worked for us. So it wasn't from that. It's just I think when you start, if like the same thing I do when you look what the Florida Panthers just did in the NHL, right? I watch an NHL game probably like you guys do as a fan.
Right.
But then I'll watch it also as from a tactical, technical, what are they doing? Why are they so much better than everybody else at the top level?
Right.
And so I'm not saying we were so much better, but we had a lot of success. And any smart man is going to, right? When somebody has success, what are they doing different than we're doing? They're going to pick up on it.
Exactly.
And I got to give credit to that. Josh Hougie was the guy that took over for me on the bench in 2008 and won our first championship in 2011. He started that trend, and then Trevor Stewart, who's now back with us as my senior consultant, he was with me for 10 and a half years and just took the organization to another whole level.
Okay. Got you. All right.
All right.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So, okay, how does
Am I passing so far? I mean, I'm.
No,
is
you're
it a
good.
pass-fail test? Where are we at?
No, you're good. Look here. Your viewers that watch this, they're gonna determine how good you did.
Let me know that rating, okay?
Yeah, I will. All right. So, how does managing a junior team in Alaska with travel, logistics, and recruitment differ from any other NAHL market?
Yeah, amazingly different, right? So you start
Like, is it hard to convince kids to come to Alaska, Fairbanks of all places, not Anchorage, but Fairbanks?
not Alaska's not for everyone, right?
Yeah,
I
right,
mean,
right.
you come across, but
Right.
Texas isn't for everyone either.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and Maine isn't for everyone, right? So you got to do your work, and I have an amazing scouting team out there and an amazing staff that filter through those things. And we don't waste a lot of time anymore when we take a liking to a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right away, is Alaska an option? And if it's not, you move on, right? Why should we waste each other's
Right.
time?
Exactly. Okay.
But with that being said, the success we've had inside the glass and outside the glass, right? Our rink is full every single night. Not very many junior kids get to go play in front of 2,000 plus people every night.
Right.
The community that we have, the opportunity you have to move on to Division I level, the level of coaching, the way they're taken care of, etc. There's not a bunch of kids that say no to it. There is some, but there's not a bunch that say no to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you talk about the GM side of over and above recruiting and you talked about logistics, right? Plane tickets. I mean, our budget, our 3 Alaska teams, us, Anchorage, and Kenai's budgets, on average, are a touch over 4 times greater than anybody's budget in our league.
Oh, wow.
So,
Well, yeah, because of all the air travel.
and the bottom line, what most people don't know is we have to pay when a team comes to Alaska to play any one of us 3.
Uh-huh.
When they jump on the bus at their rink to go to their airport, from the minute they get on the bus, on the plane, fly here, hotel, meals, practice ice, vans, all the way until they get back to the rink, we pay their travel, complete travel plus our own.
Holy cow.
But that's reciprocated back to you when you do the same.
Absolutely not.
Oh, whoa.
That's
Hold
doing
on.
business in Alaska, and that's what we've been up against forever. That's why,
Whoa.
yeah, most people don't know that. It's not something I talk about all the time because I don't want to be a why me guy or
Whoa.
but we have to.
How did
it's
you?
another level.
Well, okay, so that was, I mean, because, or else you wouldn't have teams that want to come up here and play you.
Yeah, they don't need us in the league, right?
Right,
We need
right,
the league. Let's call it what it is. Especially now that
yeah.
it's grown to 30. What is it? 35 teams now in our league.
Oh, wow.
And we were a lone ranger for early on, right? Then we got Kenai, and then for the
Yeah.
last 4 years, we got Anchorage. So when you look at it like that,
That just blew my mind
Yeah.
right there.
I mean, we spend over 500,000 on plane tickets.
Ooh-wee.
Wow, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are so that's the perception when you come to the Big Dipper and see it full and everybody having a cold one and merchandise and jerseys and all that. That's all you see. You don't see behind the scenes. When,
Right.
when we're on, so we're paying every one of those teams to come up here. Then we're on the road. The way prices go right now, it's about $4,900 a day to be on the road with your team. So let's just say 5,000, it's 35,000 a week plus your plane tickets. So when we do an 11-day road trip like that, we're somewhere around bottom line like 60,000 a trip. Crazy numbers.
Yeah.
You guys must do a lot of fundraisers. You guys watch a lot of cars in the summertime.
That's my line all the time. I tell my coaches when they say they need something, I go, "Don't worry, I'll get a car wash going over at Fred Meyer this weekend."
Exactly. Get those guys out there washing them cars, man.
But I mean, again, with that being said, I don't want that to be negative. I want it to be positive because there's very few places in the world like Fairbanks that can support that.
Right,
That have
exactly.
2,000 passionate fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have a niche, right? At the end of the day, this is a wonderful community to live in, but we all know and when the snow, cold, and darkness hits,
Yeah.
the Big Dipper is a pretty cool place to go and put a smile on your face when you might not have it all week long.
Yeah.
And so we
Yeah.
try to thrive on that and build the event accordingly.
Yeah. You know, so my government job brought me up here in 2018. And prior to 2018, man, hockey, whatever, yeah. But now I'm like, yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Friday night, let's get there early so I can get me a Tommy G rod and get me a good seat.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's such
Standing in
a
line for 40 minutes to get him be first one at the door.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
yeah. That's it's just really special. I'm very humbled every night when we open the doors, and it's just I wouldn't want to do this any other place. I had several opportunities early in my career to go, and this was a wonderful place to raise a family.
Yeah.
Love to hunt and fish, and love.
Okay, now so where are you originally from?
Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. in
Oh,
the
wow.
UP. So there's a
okay.
little story to that to back
Yeah.
up all the way back to the Gold Kings. Roger McKinnon that ran Sport King forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's from Sault Ste. Marie. And there's a pipeline. I think there's just about 40 of us that came up from the Sioux. My town I grew up in is only 12,000 people. It's right on the Canadian border. Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. 2 Mile Bridge. Hockey's the king, if you will.
Yeah, that's life.
And so there's about 40 of us that came here to play for the Gold Kings that got an opportunity to leave our, if you will, a little bit economically depressed area. There wasn't a lot of opportunity to come here, play the game. We got great construction jobs, and so many of them have turned into wonderful businessmen. And there's a unique kind of a sister city between our Sault Ste. Marie and Fairbanks, Alaska.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so the Ice Dogs have a strong record for advancing players to the NCAA. What's your approach to building relationships with the colleges to get your guys in there?
Yep. So we're on a podcast, so we can be dead honest on this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The best.
Yes.
You want to know where I've done 3 places that I've built the best relationships in with. So there's 64 Division I teams, right? There's probably 50 head coaches that I've had a beer, golfed, or fished with somewhere. I make a point of trying to do that from the standpoint and build that relationship through those things, and then they build a trust through hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey's really a small world when you think about it. I mean, there's 150 Division III teams, 65 or whatever Division I teams, the USHL and the North American League. When you put that all together, I mean, it's a pretty intimate world, if you will, that you live and you cross paths, and everybody's trying to, is changing jobs. So you're running into guys that I've played with, that we coached against. We have kids together that, at the same time, you end up coaching youth hockey, you run into them. So it's a network. It's like any other business. It's your network, and I'm very fortunate to have a wonderful network to work with on a daily basis. And, I make the point, every single day, why I'm an early morning guy is when we started this thing, I'd get off the ice and you couldn't call back to the Midwest because it'd be too late, right? Yeah. So I start early in the morning, and it was for years, 5 o'clock in the morning, you start calling coaches in Michigan, Boston, whatever in the East, and you work your way at 6:30, calling guys in Minnesota, Wisconsin. Yeah. You just start building it and showing up the rinks and putting your players in front of them and constantly there becomes a trust. So once you get a player, you only have one time to tell the truth about a player and be completely transparent, because he's going to go to that team and nothing's going to be able to be hid. Right. So once that player fulfills what I or we have said about him, then the coach comes back and says, okay, Johnny was good. What do you got for me this year, Prof? And that's kind of a perpetual thing that grows.
Got you. Good deal. Good deal.
Can you share an alumni success story, someone whose journey perfectly embodies the Ice Dogs player?
Yeah, that's a good timing on that. So next Saturday is our golf tournament, okay? And I think it's maybe our 25th, if you will, annual golf tournament. And we got arguably the best player to ever play with us is coming up. He just retired from pro. And Todd Burgess, he was a Phoenix, Arizona kid. Came to us as a young 17-year-old, really talented, long, skilled, could skate, great skill. We had a really good team. He only played about 2/3 of the games, right? Because in junior hockey, you have 25 guys on your list and 21 dress a night, so there's 4 scratches a night. So he played about 2/3, I would say, of the games. Was a pretty decent player. Had all kinds of opportunity to move on to another team in the USHL, etc. Stayed the course, went to the gym, wonderful family. Came back. Oh, we won the cup that year too. That was in 14. We won the cup that year. Stayed the course, came back, was an impactful, probably point a game guy the next year. His final year, he led the league in scoring and set the record at that point, 95 points in 60 games.
Oh, good Lord.
Got a full ride to RPI. I remember seeing the scholarship paperwork come where the scholarship was north of $250,000, of what it costs to go to school there.
Good.
It's all in.
Good Lord.
And he got drafted. He was our first pick in the first draft pick in the NHL, and I was in Buffalo for the draft. He got picked in the 4th round, 102nd overall, and he played some games in the American League. Never made it to the NHL, but then played pro in Czech and I think Switzerland. And he's retiring now. Like I said, he's coming up for the golf tournament next weekend. But that's he embodied it and embraced it.
Yeah.
We tend to get in our hockey world. We tend to get into maybe thinking the grass is always greener somewhere else, right? It's a little bit like life. People, you got to keep your boots on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, just like being in the military, because you always think that next duty station is going to be way better than this one.
Yep. How many people come back to Fairbanks, right?
Exactly. It's like, you know
when
what?
when you first,
Wainwright wasn't really that bad after all.
when you got told you were coming to Alaska, it's a little spooky. Yeah, he would be the man that. And there's a lot of those stories, but he's a wonderful one. It was fresh on my mind because of him coming up to visit here.
It's me. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
Fairbanks is a close-knit community. How have partnerships like those with GSI Communications shaped the team's community engagement and cultural identity?
Yeah, just again, very blessed with that, right? Like GCI is a great partner that you mentioned there. There's so many of them, but I look back at one that's been with us from the very beginning, Jeans Chrysler. Right?
Oh, yes,
Lane Nichols, and it was the Immel brothers when we started, and Lane just embraces what the community is about. He believes in it.
Yeah.
He believes in what our goals are as an organization.
Yes.
He's on one of my board of directors. As
Yeah.
well.
As a matter of fact, I need to get him on the
Just
on the show.
a good person.
Yeah.
But there's so many of those as you look around that rink and signage. So it's so important. It'll next Friday when the guys are in, we'll have a meeting. And I don't do a lot of when the guys have to talk to me, it usually isn't good, right? Coaches take care of most of the stuff.
Right.
But the couple meetings I have is right when they get to town, and then once we pick our team and we're on the road and we come back in October. And I really explain what the value of our sponsors, our fans, and our volunteers are, because there's no place in the world that has it.
Right.
The sponsorship. You know, I have 185 sponsors, ballpark number.
Oh, wow.
I probably have 20 contracts, so 165 of them are handshakes.
Yeah.
You don't do that anywhere,
Yeah.
2025.
No.
Very, very blessed.
No. Yeah.
So I think it is
Fairbanks is a unique community.
it's unique.
Yeah.
And it's the baseline of our identity because we're family.
Right.
Right? We talk about our team being a family. Then we're a family in the Dipper on Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah.
Then we're a family in the community
Right.
for the whole year.
Right.
And that takes the task of, whether you're doing an event with the Boys and Girls Club, you're reading in schools, you're doing a hospital visit,
Right.
you're on youth hockey, you're at a birthday party for the kids.
Yeah.
That engagement, about the only things I get hard on the guys is making sure they understand that if we don't have them engaging with people,
Right.
why would they come to the game?
Right.
I always
Right.
remind them, you're not that
Right.
good at hockey.
Right.
You're not
Right.
that good.
Right.
So let's
Yeah.
make sure you're doing the right things. And part of the job, our job also is, some of these guys, they haven't spoken public before. They get uncomfortable or
Right.
whatever. You better get comfortable because it's going to help them in their
Right.
life and their career.
Right.
I don't care what path you are. To
Exactly.
be able to interact, to be able to build a network, to be able to engage with people. So
Exactly.
It's the baseline of our organization. Our billet families, right?
Yeah.
Another baseline of our.
Yeah.
I mean, these people don't know this. They'll be meeting
Yeah.
at the airport next Wednesday and Thursday, the first time ever in person. Open up their house, carte blanche, to a 17 to 20-year-old boy to just come and integrate with your family.
Yeah.
Feed a kid that eats about 3,000 calories a day,
Right?
right? And just be a part of what neat experience.
I never knew about that aspect of hockey until I have several friends here that their sons are going off to play elsewhere, and they're going to play and they're going to live at
A billet family's house.
and I'm like, that really happens?
Yes, it does.
Wow. That's cool.
I always say the two MVPs of our organization are the billet families and our medical staff.
Yeah,
Because if you don't have either of them, you're never.
Yeah,
gonna
because the
succeed.
Airbnb for that many years would be astronomical.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then what's
Okay,
really
now so are they prior hockey families themselves? Like did their kids play hockey and were billeted
Some.
elsewhere?
some Some were just fans.
Yeah.
Some were just opening their doors. They've done it with exchange students. Some do it with the Gold Panthers in the summer, and then the Ice Dogs in the winter.
Okay.
And what I love about that is the story. You know, every summer I have 3 or 4 players that pop through it. Last summer, just happened to have one kid that played for me from Italy, and another kid that that was from Sweden. And it was years that he played for me when I was coaching, and he brought his whole family to come back to Fairbanks to visit his billet family because they were such a big part of his foundation of his life.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, they're super impactful and, yeah, very amazing people.
Nice.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, so you described hockey as a vehicle for character building. And what off-ice values do you try to instill in the players while they're here?
These are 3 former players right here coming in.
Oh, really?
I'll played youth hockey. Both he played for me for the Ice Dogs, and 2 youth hockey players that played for me.
Okay. All right.
I mean, right? The buzzwords in that, right? Integrity, character, values, morality, right? So every day we talk about it at some level, and you try to use the game as a teacher of that, right? Whatever that may be. I guess some prime examples I can give you is I would say most hockey players are not good sports, so to speak. I think most elite competitive athletes are not, if you will, the best. When you lose, it's tough, right? We have to win or lose.
Yeah. You work with, and you have to coach a whole bunch of alphas.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's challenging.
It is from a lot of different levels when you have type A's all over. But win or lose, and most importantly, when you lose, when you want to go stick your head in the locker room, down on your knee, just not face anybody, no, that's not what you're going to do when you're an Ice Dog.
Right.
You're going to take your top gear off, your helmet off, you're going to put your jersey on, and you're walking out the lobby to sign autographs and visit with a 6-year-old little boy that we don't have the Minnesota Wild or Seattle Kraken. We have the Ice Dogs that he's looking up to.
Right.
And you're going to talk to him about school. You're going to talk to him about drugs and alcohol. You're going to meet with that family that just spent $100 on their family to come that bought jerseys. You're going to meet with them, even though you don't want to. You're going to do that because this is part of it. So I think that would be the best example I could give of those. You're going to be a good person no matter what happens.
Right.
And part of our recruiting process, and we say it behind closed doors, we just had a meeting today on getting ready for camp, and we don't need the best players. We need the right players, and the right players for Fairbanks are guys that are humble, they have gratitude, they have work ethic, they have detail, they understand what a family means, they respect hierarchical structure, they respect their teammates. That's what an Ice Dog is, and that's what we try to keep to that identity.
Yes. And that's awesome. So thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My son grew up meeting them.
Pardon me?
So my son grew up meeting them at the front doors. I mean, he's 9.5 now. He plays hockey, comp hockey.
Right.
So yeah, no, they're always there, and that's awesome.
That's part of it, right? And it's big, and it's our pleasure to do that. And I think that sinks in later on because when I run into these guys that have played for me in the past, and just like raising kids, right? You don't know anything as a dad, right? When you're 17, I have daughter 23 and my son's 27. He's coaching in our league now in a team in our division in Janesville.
Yeah. Yes, I heard. I heard about that.
Yeah.
And like you guys gonna play each other, right?
Oh, yeah. But like, it don't make no sense until it makes sense, right? That's just what happens, right? And so you're gonna understand these things, and they're thankful they got those experiences.
Nice.
So you recently welcomed Dakota Bell as your new head coach. What qualities did you see in him that made him the right fit to succeed? Ryan Theros?
Theros,
yep. Right? Okay.
Yeah. Well, first, I'd like to start by congratulating Ryan Theros. Again, not only are we trying to move players on to the next level, coaches as well. He got hired by Eric Largent at UAF to be assistant coach at the Division I level after 2 years with us. So tip of the cap there.
Nice.
They're getting a fine guy, and he's staying in our community. Pretty cool all the way around.
Yeah.
And he loves it up here. So the Dakota Bell. So this will be his 4th year. It didn't take me very long after I hired Dakota, brought him up to camp in Detroit 4 springs ago, and watched him, observed him, and his level of detail and preparation. And as he grew as a coach through these last years, when I knew that Ryan was going to get the job, because obviously Eric Largent coached for me as well too, and so we have a personal relationship as well as a business, if you will. And when he told me he was going to hire him, it took me about 30 seconds to know that Dakota Bell was ready for the job.
Right.
Which was a very secure feeling, because you don't know how you're going to react until you get to that spot.
Right.
But he's prepared, detailed, work ethic, put it in. We have a great group. We just hired a new assistant coach. He's going to be coming in on Sunday. And Nick Christensen, get to meet him. Same thing, grounded, humble, all those things. And then, of course, having Trevor Stewart, that was with me 10 and a half years, went to UAA for 2 years.
Yep.
He's our senior consultant. He's on the ice every day. He's around there. So Dakota has a sounding board of wealth of experience with obviously Trevor, and then if I need to jump in at all, he knows he can ask me as well. So super impressed with them. I'm excited to see where his future takes him, and excited for him to grab the reins of this team. It's going to be a fun year.
So Dakota was already with the team.
Yeah, he was our assistant the last 2 years.
He was
yeah.
an assistant.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That was going to be my next
Yeah.
question.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He was our associate last year. I promoted him as associate last year because he just kept. He did a lot. He's in a great spot because he basically recruited this whole team, and now he's the one. So that makes it nice, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Ryan because I had actually met him here.
Right. Yeah,
so
this is one of his spots. Coaches that come to this spot. This
Right.
is their. I never come because I like them to have their own time. You know what I mean?
True.
I don't tell them my little spot. They don't know it's on my couch. But,
Good deal. Good deal. Okay, so this is the last official question. So after the last official question, we're going to take a little break. We're going to refuel, and we're going to come back for the second half if you have time. And we call that section, we call it the Segue Freestyle, where during the interview, whatever questions that popped up, additionally, we're going to shoot them at you.
okay.
You ready?
Yeah, we're all right.
Okay, so looking ahead, what are your long-term goals for the Ice Dogs, both on ice success and broader organizational impact?
Yeah, I think as far as the impact, you know, I just want this hockey team to stay as a part of this community forever, right? And,
yes.
Hopefully it's a long time before I'm gone, but
It's been 29 years already.
yeah, hopefully we can get 29 more.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hopefully long after I'm gone, the Ice Dogs are still rolling and people still care about it, have the passion, have the commitment, because that's what it's going to take to exist.
Right.
On the ice, I think I mentioned earlier, just the adaptability now that we're going to be a younger team. It's going to, you know, there'll be players that'll still be here probably for 2 years. I don't think you'll see very many here for 3 years, which we used to have.
Oh, really?
They might be one and done, and it might be a transition time. But most importantly, if we can have, back to everything I've talked about, if we can have a young man come in, polish him up to be a better person in the world.
So let's get this straight. Because I'm still trying to understand hockey. So your team are basically comprised of juniors and seniors in high school?
And graduates, yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go all the way to 20 years old.
Okay. All right.
But we'll only have 120. We normally have 8 to 10 20-year-olds on our team.
Uh-huh.
We'll have one this year, our captain.
Got you. Okay.
We're going to be younger
Okay.
by design.
Got you.
So, yeah. And so if we can just continue getting an elite athlete to make him a better person, a better player, and give him an opportunity to get an education, especially in this world nowadays, to get an education and play the game he loves. If we can continue to do that, along the way, we're going to win some games. We're going to lose some games. Along the way, we're going to win a championship again. That stuff to me is still secondary. To put a good product on the ice that the community's proud of, we better always be the hardest working team. We better never start late. We better always show up. And we better be respectful to the fans, to our sponsors, to our season ticket holders, to our volunteers, to our billet families. As long as they keep doing those things while I'm in charge, they will be mandated to do those things. Or,
Right.
as you know, Alaska Airlines flies out of here every night at 1:23 in the morning. They'll be on one of those planes.
Yeah, exactly. So, look here, you guys heard it there, guys. So, if you've been with us up until this point, thank you guys. I know that you are enjoying this just as much as we are, but we're going to take a little break. We need to refuel, And we'll be back for our part 2. We're going to segue a little bit, and we're going to do some freestyle because I've got some questions. I've got some questions that I was thinking about as we were interviewing. So
I got two I really want to ask.
oh, 2. Okay. So we'll be right back. Okay, hey, so welcome back, Fairbanks, North Star Borough, to the second half. And so we call this portion right here, we call this our segue or freestyle. And so these are questions that came up during the interview that aren't a part of the official questions that we're gonna ask Rob. Are you ready, sir?
Fire away.
Okay. So wait, before we begin, do you need a refill on your alcohol-free IPA from Hoodoo?
It was very good, but I'm watching calories, so just one. Okay.
Oh, okay. So good deal. Like,
Thank you.
Water or anything? Are you good?
Oh, I'm solid.
Okay.
Ready
So.
to go. I got to go to the rink still tonight for some young kids tryouts. I like to be on the glass all the time to watch the little guys play. So,
Got you. Okay,
yeah.
so good deal. All right, so the first question. Okay, so a day in the life of a student player, because I didn't. So now that I'm here sitting talking to you, now it's all starting to come together and make sense. These guys are actually in school, and they're in high school, most of them, and they're doing ice dog stuff, and we're there cheering them on whenever we go to the Big Dipper. So what's a day in the life of an Ice Dogs high school player like?
Yeah, so they're number one for us to take those young kids. They're very gifted. They're very gifted academically. Okay? And so they do online. They set it back up through their home school so they can finish at the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
So it's online.
Okay.
With tutorial services, etc.
Okay.
So they have a tougher balance than a kid that's out of high school. So they got to be super disciplined, right? 'Cause
Right,
you got
exactly.
an 18-year-old that doesn't. So
Right.
yeah, their day in the life. They're at the rink about 8 o'clock in the morning. Do some level of stretching, etc. Any video, have a meeting, what practice is going to be like. They skate 9:30 to 11. After that, there's going to be some type of video session, etc. They break for lunch. Then they hook up with our wonderful strength and conditioning, Eric Cooper, who's a Hoodoo VIP as well, by the way, and Sam Broughton, and they do. They're split in 2 groups, 45-minute workout session is designed especially for that day of the week and what our workload is.
Right.
And then from there, they go to the Alaska Club, another great sponsor. They get to round out the rest of their workout. And now high school kids will come to the office up in the conference room and do studying between then and now. Like the one young lad, he's going to start in our office because I go in early. He's going to do 5:30 to 8 in the morning. He's going to be studying and doing classes. He's going to zoom into his classes actually because it's in Central Time Zone, which is going to be at 8:30 in the morning in Central Time Zone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then from there, then darn near every night, a group have some level of community engagement, whether it's skating with kids, a million different things that we're going to engage in. So they got a pretty busy week, and you know it from guys that like to have a beer now.
Yeah.
When you're that age, you better consume a lot of time because if you leave too big a time cap, there might not be great decisions made,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You know, because it's funny, right? Because I always wondered, how come I never see any of these guys out at Lat 65 or Hoodoo or that's why.
Yeah, none of them
So it never registered to me that they were actually that young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just kids.
Okay. Good deal.
I bet the kid from Sweden and where else in Europe?
Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
I bet they're a little annoyed that they can't get a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can drink at 16. Yeah, they can drink at 16.
The culture's a little different, right?
Yeah.
For sure. We have a kid. What do we have? We have a kid from Russia and a kid from Hungary that'll be with us this year. So.
Oh.
Guarantee the kid from Russia don't want to go back anytime soon.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be a little bit long-winded, but I kind of want to talk into it and give you guys kudos. The energy in the arena is always just super fantastic and amazing. And I was there for the Roberts Cup when they won. I believe it was 2014 was the one they won there at the Dipper.
At the dip, yeah.
And that was so loud when that game ended.
Yeah.
But the energy was just so exciting. And what I'm kind of getting at is like you take a lot of pride in, or not pride, I'm sorry, you're very proud of your players, your staff, everybody that goes into it. Are you really proud of how you put on a show, like what you do for the community, what they go to see, and what they get out of it. I mean, because to me, that's amazing going to those games. Even on a regular game, it's pretty exciting. The energy is intense.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of talking about myself. Again, I'm a big fan of surrounding myself with great people,
Sure.
you know, and
Right.
I will tell you my satisfaction moment every game from the work that you put in from behind the scenes is when the national anthem's over. I knuckle the flag skaters, which are usually youth hockey players, and give them a Powerade. I thank the parents for having them be there. And by the time I walk around the corner to stand at that far end, east end of the glass, usually the puck's dropped, and I just usually step over and look at the dry side, and then I look at the wet side, and there's just a quick moment of, all right, it's full again. I did my job. Now let's go win a hockey game. And so, you don't reflect on it a bunch, but again,
Maybe proud wasn't the word I
yeah,
should
but
have used, but
I'm humble.
you knew what I meant. Yeah, very humble. Yeah.
Very humbled, and I love it, right? It's like I always tell my wife, the minute that I start complaining about going to the rink, you better tell me right away. I haven't done it yet in 29 years. I wouldn't guess I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I love that, the goofy four-wheeler and tennis balls and interaction with people. I mean, it's just
Yeah, I
it's
still haven't got
fun.
one of those tennis
Yeah.
balls yet.
I want you to wear a cone this year on your head. Tape it, and I'll find you. Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
There it is.
Usually there's a speaker there. I tell my wife.
Brandon, is the challenge accepted?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, all right. There
All
it is.
right.
How big can it be? Like just a regular go?
Oh, pure pylon, buddy. 30-inch pylon.
Good deal. And so
We'll get you a traffic code.
hecklers. Okay, so hecklers. So I'm guilty of this, and I don't know if I should feel bad about it, but like when they change sides and the opposing team and the goalie is right where I'm at, I am trying to stick my face through the barrier there, and I'm just yelling all kinds of obscenities just to get him off of his game. So have your players came back to you and told you like what's the most messed up thing your goalie or whoever has said, Coach, so-and-so this?
Yeah. So it's really, you'll probably be surprised at this answer, but and I know it from playing at the Dipper and the
Because I know that they were just high school students, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna stop now.
Once in a while so a couple parts. Once in a while in our rink, I will go talk to somebody if they take it to a level that's a little far, because I'm like, hey, just so you know, he's 17 years old. That's not a pro,
so
right? That's as a kid.
So
You know
I
what
didn't
mean?
know that.
Yeah, and that's cool.
I didn't know that.
But I'll be honest with you, when you're locked in out there, I mean, I played in that rink for a long time. I coached in that rink for a long time.
You just focus out.
I just, my wife used to when we were dating, and I played in the Sullivan against the Aces, and the fans hated me, right? And I just never, you're just in the zone.
You're in the zone.
Right? You do what you do,
Yeah.
You didn't play sports in high school, did you, Tilden?
Yes, I did.
What'd you play?
I was running back. Palmer High School, all boys Catholic school, Salinas, California.
You actually heard stuff on the field.
Not at all.
Same thing.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean,
Yeah, you don't hear
football
anything
feel
more-
a little different though.
Yeah, you don't hear anything more than 8 feet away from you.
Okay, all right, I got you.
Now there is some very insulting comments that happen inside the glass. Let me tell you. Yeah, when guys are talking, they're not exchanging addresses for Christmas cards.
No doubt, no doubt.
Chirping.
Absolutely.
So my second question that I really wanted to ask, and kind of point out, I think I already know the answer, but more for the viewers. You guys do a lot of auctions for game-worn jerseys, especially for like breast cancer awareness, stuff like that. Even the year-round game-worn jerseys. Thanks, Jeff.
Speaking of the mic.
When did that start, and whose idea was that?
Well, it's an idea I stole from somebody else, right?
Okay.
Seen it, but it's known league-wide that there's no better place for jersey auctions than the Big Dipper ice rink.
They're pretty standard around the
Their
league.
standard is a level that no one can reach, right? I mean, we sold Trenton Wood's cancer jersey years ago for $14,000.
Oh,
jersey.
we.
And I still remember auctioning one of the first auctions I did when I got off the bench. My dad lived obviously in St. Marie, Michigan, and he'd stay up to watch our games, and so the games don't start till 11:30 p.m. at night. And I did a jersey auction, and I don't remember, I sold a jersey for X dollars. I'd always talk to him after the game because he was my coach, and he had to give his 2 cents still all the way through my coaching, right? And he said, you better get out of that building fast. I go, what do you mean? He goes, the cops are coming. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, you sell that jersey, whatever it was, $3,200. He goes, I got online when you were doing that, and I could get a Gretzky and Lemieux jersey shipped to me tomorrow for half of that. I said, hey, we don't have Gretzky and Lemieux. We don't have Pittsburgh and Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
We have the Ice Dogs, and these people, I am so blessed, believe in it.
Yes.
And they know money's going, where they're sticking to cancer. I mean, we've donated now. I think it's over, a huge number to the J. Michael Carroll Cancer Center, right? Because it helps the people right here in this town.
They don't call this the Golden Heart City for no reason.
No, bottom line.
Yeah.
You have I've been able to be a part of or emceed or whatever, a lot of fundraisers for a lot of sad situations, right?
Right.
And there is no place in the world that people get their checkbooks out when they hear a story.
Yes.
Sad kid, parent. It doesn't matter what the situation is.
Right.
Especially a kid situation.
Right.
I mean, you can raise more money in a couple hours in this town than some communities can do in 2 weeks.
Right. Exactly.
Very, very grateful.
Exactly.
Wonderful to be a part of it.
Yes. Okay, so you came up here in what year?
91.
In 91. What was your first impression? So you've seen Fairbanks grow a lot.
For sure.
So what was your first impression when you got up here?
I use this line. Growing up in the UP is a very beautiful place too, right? Like I'm an outdoors guy, fishing, hunting, four-wheel and snowmobiling. I think when I first got here, I think the way I summed it up, it was the UP on steroids.
Yes.
And then after I was here for 2 days and got invited to random people that I just met, and they asked me why I came up here, play for the Gold Kings, and they invited me over to their house for a moose roast.
Yeah.
And then the next night for spaghetti, again, didn't know if I was mass murder hiding or really a hockey player, right? Like,
right.
The welcoming of the community, the people, the kindness.
Yeah.
Just that Midwestern feel that I grew up with, I guess.
Right.
And then when you start talking to people, there wasn't very many that were, so to speak, sourdoughs. They transplanted from. So it's easy to see how the Midwestern culture became the culture of Fairbanks.
Right.
Because of so many, and then just wonderful people. That was my impression. It's wonderful.
It kind of grows on you, doesn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I've been here since 2018, and so I'm here because of the Department of Defense. So my day job, and it was supposed to be a 3-year tour. So I go to duty, like different duty stations, just like regular Army military personnel, and it's supposed to be a 3-year tour. Well, after about that second and a half year, they said, hey, you can stay up there as long as you want. And I'm like, well, I'm still here.
Here you are.
And so it kind of sort of grows on you. So I feel that right there.
No, and I think a little segue off of that we haven't talked about that's really amazing is the military community, right? And we do a lot with the military, right? With Eielson and Wainwright. And
I missed out on that darn military jersey that you guys had. I missed out. So is that one an annual? It's not an annual one, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Like this year, we're going to do a Halloween jersey because we happen to play on Halloween night. So we got the jersey design that. I might let you take a peek at it, but I won't leak it.
Okay.
But back to the military. I mean, over 30% of our rank fans is either current or former military. Right. The connectivity.
Yeah.
And you were talking about before that not a lot of hockey touches, if you will, till you got here. You don't know how many stories that I've heard about people that said, I tried to watch it on TV, I couldn't track it, I couldn't follow what was, and then I came to it live, and they were diehard football, basketball, baseball guys. They're like, this is the best sport ever to watch live. The energy, how fast it is, and everything that's happening. So we're very fortunate,
And we can't we cannot not mention Sweet Caroline when that starts playing. Because I go, look here, I get rowdy when that darn song starts playing. I'm like, "Argh!" I'm like, let's go. Argh! Never mind.
time
Really,
to go.
Neil Diamond does that for you?
What's that?
Neil Diamond does that for you?
The crowd, man. Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, that just.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
well done. On cue, on cue.
I've been
Yes.
there a few times.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I got another question.
Yep.
So, for any aspiring future Ice Dog fan or player who wants to come on board, what do you like what do you suggest? How do they become a part of your organization?
A player.
Yes.
So obviously we start doing kind of talent recognition, we call it, at when they're about 14 years old. That's when we
Oh.
start looking at kids.
Okay,
all
wow.
over the country. So
Darn.
right now we have a list. I'll get to that, but I'll kind of build you the foundation. Right now we have a list of about 4,000 kids that one of my scouts, myself, whatever, have had some touch with at 14, 15 years old, that they're now getting close to the spot. So we'll watch those kids, and my staff will watch those kids, and we'll evaluate those kids. And that list of 4,000 kids right now, by the time we get to Christmas, it'll be cut in half.
Okay.
By the time we get to the end of January, it'll be cut in half.
Okay.
By the time we get to March, it'll be cut in half.
Okay.
And by the time we get to May, it'll be down to 120 kids
Oh, good Lord.
that we'll end up bringing to a main
So
camp.
all those halves, and you still are at 120 kids.
And we'll have 120 kids come to a main camp in Minnesota, and we'll take that 120 and we'll take it down to 30, and that's what we have coming here this week. So we started with 4,000, and we're going to take 1%.
That all want to play for the Ice Dogs?
Well, they all want to play junior hockey, so
Oh,
now
okay,
we're evaluating what our needs are,
Okay.
how that fits.
Okay.
I mean, we dig into everything, man. The coaches
Wow.
dig into the kids' social media, see what kind of person they're looking at their social media. We're digging into their parents, their family, their grades. We're calling high school counselors, principals.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of controllable things that'll take a kid right off.
Because
right?
you don't want no problems.
We don't have time for it. Not
Right.
in this community.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
we
Oh,
don't have
hey,
time.
hey, okay, so if you just heard that, okay, let me tell you guys about Fairbanks, right? The Fairbanks community is a small, tight-knit community. Like I'm not really a hockey person, but I know Rob, right? And so Rob knows a lot of people, and you don't want to and it's all 6 degrees of separation up here, and it's really, really true, because you never know who you treated bad, but they know somebody that you probably know. And so it's just, we all treat each other with respect and dignity up here.
So it's interesting. I still remember this. 1991, Botel, met a gentleman, and he gave me a piece of advice that I still share with our players. In Fairbanks, Alaska, don't judge a book by the cover.
No.
You see a guy rolling in Carhartts, grease under his nails, hat looks like he's got through a prop on a 207.
Yeah,
He may have $100,000 in gold in his pocket.
exactly.
$2 million in it. So don't judge the book. These are
Right.
hardworking people.
Right.
Don't judge it. And I talk to our players about it all the time.
Yes.
Sometimes in our world, especially as we progress,
Yes.
people get a little materialistic.
Yeah.
And
True.
This is not
true.
the place to do that.
No, it's
Far
not.
from it.
It's not, because you never know, because especially when you go up to the Turtle Club and you're just sitting at the bar at the Turtle Club and you're just having a casual conversation with somebody, and that person might be the owner of a freaking nice gold mine that's wielding a lot of minerals out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's happened to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know, because they didn't even,
Yeah, they're not going to talk about it.
they're not going to talk about it. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So that's a life lesson right there.
Yeah. The bottom line, I mean, that's kind of where we started and where we're at now. It's this community has the foundation that we were able to build a hockey club on that followed the community's identity, right?
Yeah.
Welcoming, etc. That's what we try to be as an organization
right.
and as an event on Friday and Saturday night.
Right.
So to me, it's a full circle and try to fit the glove over the hand, if you want.
So there you go. Okay, so are you guys good? So are we through segue in or what?
If Rob has time, I had one more.
Okay.
If you have time.
Yep, one more, and then I'll get to the rink.
All right, cool. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to hold you
Oh,
up.
you're good.
Just this last season for my son, we went down to Kenai and did a tournament down there, and we went and watched a Brown Bears game, Kenai Brown Bears. And I noticed the rink is substantially larger than the one in the Dipper. Do you guys do anything special to condition to play on larger rinks like that, or?
So that's good. That's an Olympic sheet, right?
Right,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
At one point in time in the 90s, there was only 5 Olympic sheets in the U.S. and 3 of them were in Alaska: Carlson Center, Sullivan, and the Sonata Sports Center.
Okay.
And so the history on Olympic sheet versus NHL sheet was Olympic ice is all European, so they don't have a lot of contact. It's all about skill and possession.
Sure.
But it makes it for a much more boring fan game. As you know, the Carlson Center just did an upgrade last year. They took their Olympic sheet and then shrunk it to an NHL sheet to make it a little more fan friendly because there's a lot more collisions, contact, if you will, right? And so, I'm not a big fan of Olympic ice, but especially the way I play. By the time I got done chasing somebody down, I had to have a oxygen tank, so I don't like them big.
Oh,
But you
look
guys
here.
don't do anything special to prepare for it?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Way different game plan.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not
So
asking what the plan is.
No, way
Just curious
different
if you
game.
like, yeah,
And you know what? The only thing that's a bummer, I'm fully excited about the Carlson Center changing to the NHL sheet, but we used to skate at the Carlson Center the week prior to us going to Kenai because we could skate on the Olympic sheet.
Yeah.
The corners are deeper. There's different angles for the goalies. There's more width too. It's 100-foot wide versus 85-foot wide.
Right.
Your attack, your entries, the way you defend the dots, all the tactical points are way different.
Okay.
Okay, so one more segue, sir. I promise.
Okay.
One more. Okay, so
Just keep saying it's like
fighting, but so they actually allow you guys to just duke it out to get all that frustration out of you.
How wonderful is that?
It's pretty awesome.
How did that come about? No, I have one more question after this too.
It's been a part of the game, and it needs to stay a part of the game. It's
Really?
absolutely.
I agree.
It's 2 willing combatants with a bunch of testosterone that no one's gonna get hurt very bad.
How come you can't? So how come you don't see it in football or basketball or baseball? Like if you hit me with the 90-mile-per-hour pitch, I wanna fight you.
Can I answer that?
you get hit with a 90-mile-per-hour pitch, you ain't gonna fight shit.
Chill then. Hockey players are built different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
It's just like been a part of the culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
All
not
right.
a fan of the stage fighting.
Yeah.
All that. I'm a fan of when there's blood's boiling high. You want to calm a game down when it's getting chippy and out of control.
Yeah.
2 guys square up like men, nose to nose, 2 linesmen there. Anybody gets an advantage, they separate and go serve 15 minutes in the box. It'll settle a game down like that.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's kind of a bummer with the college now where they don't allow fights.
Yeah. And you notice how many stick violations there is. And a little 5'7" guy with a face mask can cross-check now a 6'4" guy and not be held accountable.
Yeah, well, it's like the very first hockey game I saw live was University of North Dakota versus Wisconsin,
Badgers.
the Badgers, yep. And there wasn't a single fight the whole night because apparently the game on the night prior, they had more penalty minutes than they had game minutes.
Yeah, there was a bench brawl, I think, if I remember that back in that time. What year would that been, ballpark?
That would have been around 88, 89.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
You remember that? Hockey fan, apparently.
Dude, I'm old.
Okay. You're old.
He's the youngest guy here.
Yes, he is,
This is
isn't he?
true.
Yes,
And
he
he's
is.
41.
Point that out, Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, but anyways.
He just blew Falcon to you.
I saw that.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Sorry.
Oh yeah, being
It's
called
like-
the youngest guy is.
it's like brotherly love.
Yeah, but yeah, they had like more penalty minutes than actual game
Game
play
time. Yeah.
So that night, they didn't fight at all. They were being very on their best behavior. Granted, a puck may have come over the ice. And you ever been to the stadium at UND?
Ralph Engelstad?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we were up in the nosebleed section. We got there a half hour before the game started. And there's like us and these like 3 to 4 kids like 10 rows up from us. This puck comes sailing over the glass when they're doing their warm-ups. And this is the most unlucky person in the world. It nailed him right in the junk.
You do have a photographic memory.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, no doubt, no
Hey,
doubt.
it's something like that you remember.
Damn. Okay.
But
okay.
it's a case of, I mean, where this kid would have been sitting in the Carlson Center, he would have been on the roof.
Oh, yeah, right. Big. Yeah. Yep, for sure. Yeah, those are a couple of legendary college teams there. So, yeah.
Yep.
All right, so Rob, we are gonna probably have to let you go because you got some GM
Gotta go.
things to do.
Well, I got to go watch some young kids. I got some former players that now have kids that they're now coaching that are 10
Yeah.
years old, and I like to go be there and be a little help for them all
Yeah,
the way around
yeah.
if I can be.
Well, from the bottom of my heart, from our hearts, we appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to come sit down with us and
was awesome.
chat a little bit.
It was awesome.
Thank you,
for
sir.
having
I had
me.
a great time. Thank you.
It's good for me sometimes because you get so busy you never get a chance to reflect once in a while. So
Yeah.
when you pose those questions a little bit,
Yes.
you kind of hit the memory bank and it gives
Yeah.
you some good
Yeah.
smiles. There's a couple different times with goosebumps on the arms when
Yeah.
you're talking about the 14 championship and the difference.
Yeah.
They'll nev-
That was amazing.
you know, people ask, we won our first one ever in 11. That was awesome. But there will nothing ever, ever, ever that we do as an organization that will top winning 2014 Robinson Cup with our fans and our building and our
Yes.
that
Yes.
that was
It was
the
amazing.
pinnacle.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
very, yeah. And, like I said, it made the hair stand up to my arms still. So it's good to reflect, gentlemen. Thank you. It's
Okay.
been amazing.
Thank you, Rob.
Appreciate it.
So, on that note, I'm Tilden.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Rob. 36 out.
Peace.
36.